Hey folks, I didn't see this one coming, y'all. I really didn't. I'm sorry about the lighting. I know it's horrible. I mean, it works for me, but for this, it's horrible. And I refuse to be that content creator that goes and spends all this money on fancy ass lights and shit. The more studio and polished my shit looks, the more disconnected from y'all I am. That being said, sorry about the lighting. I'll talk to y'all about something. I've had to have this conversation many times in my past. I guess it's time to have it again. Before I do, before I get into this, I want to set the tone, set the mood with a song while I get right for it. I don't know the rights to this music. I'll try and do the little picture and maybe put the video for this song right here. Like I said, I've had to have this conversation before for many different reasons. I'll get into the current reasons in a minute. Trigger warning. That's Skinned. Most of you've probably never heard of her. It's S-K-Y-N-D. I'll put her information in the description. The name of the song is Columbine. Those that know, they know. Those that don't know often wonder why I move the way I do, why I behave the way I do, why I have the hang-ups I do, the glitches, the malfunctions, whatever you want to call it. It's because of those people that I have to revisit this conversation again in my life. I am a Denver native. I did go to Columbine High School. I am an original member of the Trenchcoat Mafia. I'm not going to get into what that means, meant, or why. You can look that up on your own, or I can do an episode about it later. Maybe drop me a comment. Let me know if you'd like me to do an episode on the Trenchcoat Mafia. For now, let's just say, well, let me put this disclaimer out there. I graduated a couple years ahead of the incident, but only a couple. And I personally knew 95% of the people involved. I need to take a quick break. I'll be right back, folks. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I knew almost everybody involved, everybody affected. I knew some of the students' parents. At the time that the incident happened, I was the manager for the Subway sandwiches 2 blocks off campus. Uh, as a graduate of Columbine High School, I knew 75% of my daily customer base, which was high school students. Now, it's one thing to understand about me that I went to that high school, whether I was there when it happened or not. But the devil's in the details, folks. And that's not what's important, because thank God I wasn't there. It happened after I graduated. It's still knowing all the people involved, including the shooters. You have to understand something about Columbine High School. Columbine High School is like 90210 in hell. That high school breeds 2 kinds of people. Well, 3. Very successful professionals in any of their given or chosen industries. Highly successful jocks, athletes, whatever you want to call them, and potential killers. Columbine High School is the roughest social experiment that you could conceive. To tell you about it, you couldn't even grasp it. You couldn't even understand what you're hearing without having gone through it. It's not like normal high school bullshit. Columbine could break you. Before the tragedy even happened, Columbine has always had a savage history that's severely misunderstood and undecodable. I'm going to go back to the song for a minute. I'm going to refer you to the video at this time, folks. You got to look up Skinned, S-K-Y-N-D, Columbine. This video is just... But look, when you're trying to figure out how I'm moving, why I'm acting the way I am, try to remember some of the things I've been through. And I'm going to leave you with this, because this is something that the news tried so hard to keep from everybody. Really only the people inside of Colorado knew this. Columbine was never supposed to be a school shooting. The guns that those 2 students used, and you'll notice I do not name any names, even though we all know them. I have my reasons. The guns that those 2 students brought into the school were for themselves. But the media didn't want anyone to know. is that for months prior to the incident, those two students had been smuggling in homemade explosives and pipe bombs, etc. Sorry. And bringing them into the school. Up to and including the day of the shooting. The reason that Columbine was a shooting is because those two students couldn't get the explosives to detonate. They had to improvise. Columbine was supposed to be far worse than it was. Thank God it wasn't. I just had to share that with you folks. Thanks for listening.